what, like, go over and be critical of yourself on what you messed up on, try and get better at what you're doing good, and then it was just be critical of yourself. Every time, whether it's a win or loss, you got to be critical of what you've done bad or good. So it was same as always, just next game.
Zaven, you can put your finger on what happened yesterday, just in terms of the team. Coming off the bye, getting up there.
There's no excuses. I mean, we lost. We got to figure out a way to win. That's all it is. Defense. We can't let them score there in that situation. We had a couple times we let Gino scramble out of the pocket and throw passes down the field. Guys are covering their butts off. I had one where I let the running back. I was supposed to be on him. I let him slip out and run down the sideline for 15 yards. Just certain plays that are we call it just leakage, and it's kind of that build up, and it happens.
On third down, 4 of the unit's 5 sacks came on third down. What kind of goes into generating that much pressure, knowing that third down is kind of the money down for the defense?
Say that again.
Why was the team so successful at generating so much pressure to get to the quarterback on third down specifically?
Guys just going out there and getting it done. We schemed up some stuff too that worked as well, and then also guys going out there and just doing their job.
The numbers say the run defense is improved this month versus maybe the first month of the season. What has gone into that, improving that run defense overall?
Yeah, we kind of knew what we could do as a defense, right? And the thing is just like small errors, like, we'd have a guy, we'd play 10 guys play perfect, and then one guy would mess up, and then the play would pop. And then also, being able to fix guys and, do your job, listen to your keys, play the right technique. So that's we've had a better, correction of that, and so it leads to run defense being a little bit better.
Do you think in terms of where you're at in the standings ever, do you look at that and say?
No, I don't. Just win.
What do you think about, speaking of just winning? I mean, you're going to play a team that's winning a lot themselves in the Vikings. I know it's really, really early in the week, but what kind of thought process goes in, especially after the struggles that you guys had this weekend, goes into playing a game like that? Is it much different than any other week?
Not really. It's just right now in this time of the year, right? It's considered. I mean, I would say playoff ball, right? Every team, the margin of wins or the scores are way different than they were in the beginning of the season. This margin of error is smaller. Everything becomes a little bit more uptick, and I don't know why. It's just a trend of the NFL. It's always been like that. Feels like teams are always playing at a higher level. Wins and losses are only by a few situations within the game rather than 5 or 6 in the beginning of the year. But yeah, just realize every team from here on out is going to play good ball, and we have to as well. So that's really it.
From your experience as a first-round draft pick, is there any advice to give Darius coming back in terms of expectation or pushing yourself or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. People will put an expectation on you, man. You just got to go out and do you. Whatever it is, you just got to go out and keep trying every day. Come to work with your hard hat on. There's certain situations that you can't control. What he's dealing with it's a mental struggle also, and it's hard. You know what I mean? Because he wants to be out there and playing with us and helping the team. So I get to talk with him and work with him and tell him, you got to just work on you and just keep doing you. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of games left for you to come back and do everything that you wanted to do. There's nothing that's going to stop you from that. So that's really all it is. And he's confident as ever, and he's ready to come back and whatever it may be. But yeah, it's definitely it's tough sometimes.
What did you learn about Darius, and what do you think he can bring to this defense once he's ready to return?
Hard worker, great athlete. I mean, huge, massive human. But he's smart. He studies the playbook. He asks questions all the time. Me and him stay after. We were working on certain pressures the other day because I rushed in 3-tech on certain third down situations as well. But yeah, he's always asking questions, trying to figure out stuff. And I go back. This is weird, and I'm not saying I'm on his level, but I would, JJ would tell me stuff what to do and how to think on certain things, and I just try and think of what he would tell me. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and I'm nowhere near him, but and giving advice and how to see certain things and work on certain things. So it's nice, and he's always wanting to learn, so that's a good thing.
Is it weird for you to be in that role now? I mean, you're just sitting here talking.
Well, I'm only 2 years older than him. JJ was like 7 years older than me. Like, let's not forget, I'm only 25. Like, JJ was like 30 or whatever it was playing. Yeah, I'm only 25. So, but yeah, he calls me big bro, and then he's like, Darius does, and then he's like, damn, Zaven, you're only 25. He's like, you're not big bro, you're my age. I was like, yeah, I was young when I came out.
You guys added Baron Browning to the room. Just, how's that going and bringing him into that culture?
He's awesome. He picked up on the defense like that. You know, he was with VJ, and because I was with V when he was here. So, like, I would kind of, like, use the terms that I remembered and, like, the concepts, and then basically transition them into this when we were working on stuff just one-on-one. And then, especially in the coverage, not really the pass rush much, but, like, coverage stuff, and then run defense, and then try and, put it in our lingo. And he was picking up on it like that. I feel like it's easier than just learning it from just an iPad. But yeah, he's been an awesome dude. Like, asking questions, wanting to learn more. Picked up the defense, like it feels like in 2 days. So he's doing good.
Did you know much about him before he came?
I didn't, yeah. I mean, when you go to a school like I did in Tulsa, there's not a lot of people that you know. You don't play anyone that's, and then, I like after the games, I kind of just stand around and see, the one person I know and then walk away. Everyone else knows, Power 5 schools know everyone, so,
With everything that you're asked to do on a weekly basis, are there any parts of the game that you enjoy doing more than others? Do you enjoy kind of the all-encompassing things you're asked to do?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's fun, It's especially like, especially like I feel like I'm a cerebral guy on the defense, and it's hearing the O-lineman or the QB say he's coming, or put me in the count, and then I know that I'm dropping, and then being able to confuse them with certain techniques, and then also getting one-on-one rushes with guards and centers and stuff like that is fun. And then also creating games when you put two fast guys on one side. They're used to having a edge guy and a D lineman. You put two of us on one side, maybe even three sometimes. So it's fun to do that, and then doing all the coverage stuff, and then being able to help guys in the room know what we, kind of like the cheat codes of what we can and can't do. It's you pick up on more of the defense of when you're allowed to kind of mess up a little bit. So.
Larry said last week watching Budda from the sidelines makes him think he's like the greatest football player he's ever seen.
Yeah.
It seems like Budda's playing up around the line of scrimmage, gets a lot of opportunities to get after the passer. What's it like playing alongside a guy like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, Budda's unreal. I mean, anytime. Yeah, if you see an offensive check, and it's 95% of the time it's because of Budda. Because, they're checking the play, but, yeah, it's just Budda. I mean, he's unreal. And the thing about Budda, too, is, what you guys probably don't – well, you guys don't see is, he'll hold everyone accountable. And it's not usually, 2 days later or an hour later. It's, right then and there. He will hold you accountable, whether it's through walkthrough, in the game, practice. He's going to hold you accountable. And it's not always the friendliest, but but he holds, and it's everyone. He holds everyone accountable for their job and what they're supposed to do. So I really like Budda. He's been a great leader on the team. He's been a great mentor for me while I've been in the league. And, yeah, he's an unreal player. His, effort is unmatched.
Zaven, when you guys had won 4 straight, you're sitting at top of the NFC West, did you feel any higher expectations from fans, from friends, from family, from outside the organization, that people just now suddenly expect us to win it all and go to the Super Bowl?
My mom was calling me every night telling me I need to win the Super Bowl. No. Yeah, no. It's, you don't feel an expectation. It's just you got to go out every week. I mean, before the bye, how many games were we in? 10? We were in 10 games. There's 17 weeks in a season, and then you count, you make it to the playoffs. You want to make it all the way there. I can't even count how many games that is. Plus the preseason. There's so many weeks in a year you have to keep elevating. And then also, being able to stop. Like today, I got to stop everything I've remembered from Seattle and then put it into this next game plan and start studying them. And then understand, certain rules are going to change. Certain concepts are going to change. The way we play certain guys are going to change. Pass rush technique may change a little bit. But yeah, so no pressure at all. Just obviously we want to win every game. You want to win every game, and you want fans to come out to the home games and enjoy their time there and get a win for them. They're paying hard-earned money to come out and watch us. So yeah, but that's really it.
Given that Seattle, you guys play Seattle coming up again very quickly, does that change any of your prep going into this week now? Or do you hold on to anything from this game?
No, you'll let it go. I mean, you'll recall it when this time next week. You'll recall it and then just go over on things of probably what we messed up on, what we think they're going to do, what they think we're going to do, and how can we, get the one step ahead of them.
JT mentioned there's a lot we can learn from this game. He said that after the game, yesterday. Is there anything for the defense, one or two takeaways based on yesterday you guys should take going forward?
Yeah, I mean, maximizing opportunities when it comes to getting the cue. We missed the cue a few times on certain rushes. We talking about my room, we missed. We had some how do I say, didn't really affect the cue because we weren't rushing the right way on certain calls. You know what I mean? Kind of being a little vanilla in certain areas. And that's really it. And then understanding, that running back is a really good running back for them, and Walker is. And, we had a few missed tackles on him as a defense, and, getting him on the ground is critical.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, guys.